So I was very skeptical at the beginning with this because one of my main issues is overthinking. So, and when someone says to me, okay, this is the right answer, okay, you're saying, but you have to prove it. I will have to go through it and see that you are correct. And even if you say that this is the right answer, probably I'm going to do your solution, but I'm also going to try the other one to see if you are really correct and yours is the best response. But I put all my faith in the program and I started just like if I was taking a degree. As soon as I entered the mentorship, okay, I started to read all the models on school, on the platform that were amazing, because I needed to understand what's going on. I need to understand how anxiety works because I need that first knowledge to understand things. I'm not someone that is based on faith, so I need to understand. I need to understand how anxiety works, why I am like this. And when I say why I am like this, it's not the reasons that brought me here, but how anxiety works, why I have these symptoms, why my body responds like this.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. In this video, I have João. He's going to be sharing his recovery story. He's from Lisbon, Portugal, one of my favorite cities. João, welcome.
Thanks, Shaan, for the invitation, and it's a pleasure to meet you and be here.
Of course. We're so glad you're here. First and foremost, okay, before we get into how all of this happened, what were some of your most debilitating symptoms that you were experiencing on this journey?
Yes, so I think that I have two periods because I had anxiety 6 years ago that I was in the cycle, and on that time I can say that, like a lot of people, I had almost all the symptoms: nausea, heart palpitations, panic attacks, overthinking, rumination. I don't know, you name it. The only thing that I never had was health anxiety. I never thought to go to ER, hospital, nothing. But it was very debilitating 6 years ago. So I had it all, and I didn't know how to label it. Also, so I was having panic attacks, but I didn't know what was it. And I entered the cycle because I had a major live event that really shook me up, and I didn't know how to deal with that life event. And I started with therapy to deal with that, to try to understand. And I solved the topic. It was a very nasty topic in my personal life, but I solved it. I understand it. I rationally it. But after I solved the topic, anxiety comes and remain here. So I had the topic solved, everything okay with my life, but anxiety stayed here and stayed here about almost 2 years. So I've done therapy, I started therapy, but then anxiety started to show up daily with panic attacks, and I was not even able to do my life. So my therapist diagnosed me with the general anxiety, and we started to do all the normal things, breathing exercises, meditation, therapy, but it was not working. And she advised me to see a psychiatrist, and I started with medication so that at least I can have some strength to start dealing with this, because I was really, really down. I was going to work, and every half an hour I had to stop working, go downstairs and do a walk around the block just to breathe, to try to breathe, to try to calm down my heart palpitations, to get out of the panic attack. And it was every half an hour. Doing exercise like a maniac at night. If it was raining, if it was windy, I didn't care. I never done so much exercise. I lost the appetite. I lost almost 20% of my weight with this. And with all these coping mechanisms, meditation, mindfulness, I also got into there. So I was already knowing what was acceptance, allowance, but I was not doing perfectly because I didn't get the mentorship. I just read some things about there. I read the book, but I was accepting and allowing, but with some resistance without knowing it because I didn't know anything about anxiety. So, and after 2 years, anxiety went away. So to be honest, I didn't know how. I know that it started to be, I was having just morning anxiety every day until lunchtime. And then after lunchtime, I was a normal person after lunchtime. So, but it stayed about 1.5 years, 2 years, even when I was going to amazing vacations with my wife to Greece, to tropical island. Sometimes those were the worst times when I had free time. So I was just in marvelous places and having panic attacks and probably putting more pressure on me because I want to enjoy the time and I was not enjoying when I was almost in paradise. So after 2 years, anxiety went away and I was 4 years without any symptom, without any thought, nothing. It was like I never have suffered from anxiety in my life. I didn't remember that I had anxiety in the past, nothing, for years like this. But I was still on medication and I was leaving my medication now 3 months ago. I was almost leaving totally the medication. I was just with very, very, very small amounts and I just didn't took off the medication because I was a little bit afraid of what could happen if I leave medication. And 3 months ago, out of nowhere, boom, anxiety comes up. And I automatically notice, oh shit, this is the symptoms that I had 4 years ago. Okay, I left 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, but it was here. It was not leaving. It was not working the acceptance, the allowance that I've already had some knowledge. And I start Googling one more time, looking for answers. I was Googling, but I was already Googling, but knowing how to differentiate good information from bad information because I had the knowledge of there and I think it was already a good base, a very good base. And I run up into your videos. So seeing you and I thought, oh no, another YouTuber speaking about anxiety. So, but I saw one video, I saw 2 videos, I saw 3 videos, and nah, this guy, what he's saying is not only based on reading books about anxiety and those things. No, what he's saying, it's someone that really has gone through this, has the knowledge, but also has the practical knowledge that has gone through this. I started showing videos, showing some also anxiety recovery stories, and I said, so I'm going because I'm not going to that hell again like 4 years ago. No. And someone has to course correct me, give me some guidance to help me because I'm not going through that hell again for more 2 years until this goes away. So I joined the mentorship and the adventure started 3 months ago on the mentorship.
How is it going? You joined, I think, in July. I think
Yeah, end of July. I think my first call was at beginning of August.
You're right. It was the beginning of August. So it was like you came
Yeah,
at the tail end of July. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How has it
yeah.
been? How's your experience been?
I think fantastic, amazing. amazing because I'm here and you asked me to do a video how the experience is going. So it's going amazing. I have my normal life back completely.
How was the journey? Like once you started like
Yeah.
implementing, did you feel like the roller coaster? Like what were some of the things that you were experiencing once you were kind of on the mentorship?
So I was very skeptical at the beginning with this because one of my main issues is overthinking. So, and when someone says to me, okay, this is the right answer, okay, you're saying, but you have to prove it. I
Yeah.
will, have, I will have to go through it and see that you are correct. And even if you say that this is the right answer, probably I'm going to do your solution, but I'm also going to try the other one to see if you are really correct and yours is the best response. But
So,
I put all my faith in the program and I started just like if I was taking a degree. As soon
mm,
as I entered the mentorship, okay, I started to read all the models on school on the platform that were amazing, because I needed to understand what's going on. I need to understand how anxiety works because I need that first knowledge to understand things. I'm not someone that is based on faith, so I need to understand. I need to understand how anxiety works, why I am like this, and when I say why I am like this, it's not the reasons that brought me here, but how anxiety works, why I have these symptoms, why my body responds like this. So I started to read all about anxiety, your blueprint, all the information how anxiety works. I didn't know how to label any symptom. I had the symptoms, but I didn't know how to label it. And I started to, okay, so what I have in the past was this that you are talking about. Okay. Okay, now I understand. And I'm starting to understand how things works, how cortisol, for example, works in the morning because morning anxiety was one of my major issues. And after getting and understanding the cortisol on our body that is higher in the mornings, okay, that's why I'm feeling this on in the morning. So I started reading everything on the models, participating on the community that I was very skeptical, to be honest, because I'm European and we have some kind of things. Oh, there's go another American with the community. They get a community for everything. If they want to raise a tree on the neighborhood, let's do a community. I was
like
a little bit like that, but it was just amazing because many of my doubts was on the community answered. Sometimes I was going to make a question and someone already made that question and have a perfect answer. So many times I didn't even go to the group calls with my questions because they were already solved in the community. I was trying to engage maximum with that, even to win points, to have more free models, to know more about anxiety. Then I started to see also that as I was evolving and I was doing better on my recovery, at a certain point I realized that I was already giving some advice to other people. And that was really good also for me to build some core confidence, sometimes even to course correct myself because it's easier to say to other people, "Oh, this is the right answer," but sometimes you don't do it yourself. And sometimes it was like also an alarm for me, an attention that, yeah, you are saying it, but you are not doing it to yourself. So I was completely into it and to learn everything that I could and be present, be consistent. I had, for example, due to also to my schedule, I was only able to do two calls a week, and even because of the time zone. But it was like religion that those two calls I had to go. And it was okay, that's my class. I'll go there to learn, to put my question, and then to apply the theory. And it was, I started to see very fast progress. And after some weeks, also, boom, a little setback. And then label, okay, not setback, a speed bump, some things that we are going to learn along the way. And it is shitty. We feel like shit when you do the setback because it's like a punch in the stomach. Oh, I was doing so great and now I go back. But yeah, you go a little bit back. But when you get out of the setback, oh, it's a boost on your core confidence, because in the first time that you go out of your first setback, is, oh, okay, I can do it. I was good. Then I went a little bit down, but I came up, and I came up stronger than I was before, because it builds your confidence. It proves you that it's possible. It's possible to, and it's possible to have symptoms. It's possible to feel worse that you already felt, but you also see that you come stronger, and you can get out of it. Because if you don't have a setback, you are always feared it, but when it comes, how I'm going to respond, because I didn't have the test. I have the driving lessons, but I didn't take any test yet. And I had several ones during my journey. So in these 3 months, I have several speed bumps, but every speed bump, I was getting out stronger and stronger than the last one. So I started to see a very good progress, and I started to see that I don't care. Everything that comes in the future, even if I get any anxiety attacks, panic attacks, I started to see that I can do it. I will get out of it. Can be a little bit harder, can be, but there's no problem with that, because even when I had some stronger symptoms on those speed bumps, I started to acknowledge them like it's like a normal. It's like one day, like when you have a headache, for example, or you have a stomach pain. It's just like that. I don't care. It's also going away in, in his own time, and that gives me that those haha moment. I don't have an haha moment. I had a few, several aha moments during the journey, and every aha moment, it's a boost on your core confidence. It's and it really changed your mindset. That was one of my biggest challenges, because I'm very shy, but I keep everything to myself, and I think and I think and I think, and I apply the correct response, and then I think about the response that I gave. And it was, even when I started to do the allowance and acceptance and refocus and move on, I remember that one of my first questions was, okay, but if I'm working on the acceptance, if I'm working on the allowance, I'm trying to fix it. And Mirka, okay, she explained me all about the intention that we put on things. And I started to grasp really the small things, and you started to see, okay, and started to do the things correctly, doing the allowance without resistance, because it's difficult. At first, you say, I'm allowing, but deep down, you want symptoms to go away. And only after many practice, many repetition, that final goal is in your head, and that's when you start to do real progress. And
Yeah, I remember I had somebody who's doing so much better now. He told me that he used to get very irritated when I would say focus on long-term freedom, not short-term comfort. Because he was
Yeah,
like, no, like I just really want to feel better right now. I don't think you know how bad this is.
I'll work on that later.
Exactly, right? And I kind of I get it. I get it. I get for me it's been so long now. To me it's like long term. Like but I forget how uncomfortable it was because it's been such a long time for me.
Yeah,
Um but yeah, I totally get it.
yeah, and that was one of the things that I also saw your that on a video that you told me, and I was some symptoms. I have to make some effort now to
Yeah,
explain to you because they are getting in the past already,
right.
and I have to think about it and to try to explain them,
Yeah.
and that's awesome.
I know, right?
Yeah,
It's yeah, I know. It's one of those things where it's so distant for me now that I don't know if I can coach as well as the coaches, the mentors.
yeah, yeah, and I totally understand that. Yeah,
And
you have to.
I'm kind of nervous about the mentors with the same thing. Is even
Mhm.
they're getting so distant from it now.
Yeah.
But how is life now? How are you living right now?
So I never stopped doing things
Hmm.
because I was diagnosed also with depression in the past after the general anxiety for so long. I was diagnosed with depression, and I think that was a problem because they label it as depression, and I had put on myself all the pressure because they are diagnosed me with depression, but I never have, for example, agoraphobia, nothing like that. I always make the effort. No, I'm not going to stay home. I'm not going to stop doing things because for me, depression, what I know about depression was what I saw in the movies.
Yeah,
So someone that is in depression, if you stay home, if you don't speak with people, if you don't do your things, you are going deep in not on that rabbit hole, and then it's going to be much harder. So I always try to keep doing things. But to be honest, sometimes I would prefer to that you stab me instead of going, for example, to the beach with my friends because I didn't. It was the last thing that I wanted to do, but I went anyway. And you asked me,
yeah. No, I was asking how is life now?
um,
So
it's
you still did
completely
everything.
normal. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I have stressors in life now with a lot of it's a difficult time at work because I work on advertising. So I'm working on all the strategies for next year for 2024. I had some health issues on the family. My father has been diagnosed with cancer a few months ago, but I don't have any kind of anxiety with that. And I think that it was one of the things that I'm already doing with my life is that what I've learned in the mentorship, it's being very useful in my life, on normal life, on working, on personal life, because I was that kind of person that I was at work and a coworker speaks with me and said something that I didn't like, and that could be days and days. Oh, I should have said that. I should have said this. Why didn't I said this? And I was on that for days, and probably the other person after 5 minutes was no longer there thinking about it. And I'm much more capable now that of let it go. No problem. Okay, you had that moment, you didn't say it. You didn't say it. So what? No problem. Let it go. Continue. Move on. And I'm I'm correcting just very some bad habits and bad patterns that I had all my life. So in some way, my life is better because I'm not dwelling and ruminating as I was in the past, and that probably was one of the reasons that I that I got anxious and I got on the cycle. That was one of my main issues is the overthinking. And now, if I have 6, 7, 8 topics that they are all urgent and they are all for tomorrow, no problem. Okay, let's look at these two, and I will look at the other four when I had this. And if I see that I'm on a subject ruminating, but I'm not getting anywhere. Okay, if I'm not getting anywhere, I'm thinking I'm not getting anywhere. It's been unproductive. So stop. Let's go to other topic. And that was probably one of the main learnings that I have on the mentorship and with Mirka. And it's with all people, it's different. Yeah, but it was one of the things that really got me was productive thoughts versus unproductive thoughts. That was probably one of the main learnings to my general life there that I applied on my life now. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's really
But
great.
I'm doing everything. I'm doing everything, and now I have the motivation to do it because at the beginning, and it's one of the lessons that you can't wait motivation to act, to start doing things. You have to do it, and after you do it, probably first times it's going to be shitty experience. Even things that you like to do in the past, you are doing now and you don't like. But first time you don't like, second time it's a little bit better, third time it's cool, fourth time I'm having fun. So you need to start doing, and motivation will come after you do it. If you wait for motivation to start doing it, that's not going to work, or it's going to take more time.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. 100%. This has been so great. What would you tell somebody that's going through like a really rough time, that's watching this video right now, that's probably going through a really difficult time? Um, what kind of advice would you give that person?
I think that first of all, so get in the mentorship because really it's going to help you. I had some previous knowledge about anxiety. I was also aware of the acceptance, allowance. I had the base from anxiety, but the learnings and the experience that is the mentorship, it's really amazing. Not only for anxiety, not only to work on anxiety, it's much more than that. You can start with that because it's the most urgent topic that is in your head now, but you'll see that this is going to help you and like you always said, make you a better person, have a better life than before, because you're not going to change. You're not going to be a different person. I am a shy guy. I'm going to continue to be a shy guy. I'm an overthinking. I'm going to continue to be overthinking, but I know how to catch myself, and I know to when that overthinking is harming me, it's doing bad to me. I know how to deal with it, and I know, oh, okay, you are pushing too much from you. This is not productive for you. So be in the mentorship and be with all that you can. Learn learn the basics, learn how anxiety works, get in the community, participate. Even if you are a shy guy, I'm a shy guy, but you are just writing on your computer. You don't have to speak with no one, so no one knows you. But participate because uh, when you participate and when you engage with it, you really see progress. You really do, and you'll see that you're not alone, because when I started this, I didn't know anyone personally that has gone through this. And I was thinking maybe I'm the only one, or people that probably have this, but they are unhappy on life. And I don't want to be unhappy. I want to enjoy life. So, and learn the models, suck all the knowledge that you can, and the mentors are here for you. Ask everything. It's like, I remember one guy that was on a group call that he said, I don't care, when I have a problem, when I have a question, I don't even think about it. I'm going to throw this question to the mentors, and they will solve it. So it was like, okay, but that's a way that is, let it go. Let's see. And that's one of the main lessons that you get on the program. Let it go. So what? Whatever. But it's not easy, when you are on those peaks of anxiety, you just want to that those symptoms and those thoughts go away the faster that it can be. But really put your faith on the program, because it really works. I was a very skeptical guy about this. For me, persons that could not handle anxiety or depressions, to be honest, and I was at least, I don't know, stupid about it. People that couldn't deal with these mental issues, I think, I would say they are mind weak. They don't know how to deal with their own problems, and here I am. And now I have a total different perspective about it, and I can thank you enough the things that I've learned in the mentorship to my life, not only for anxiety, to my life. I have a much healthier personal relationship, much healthier relation on work with my friends, everything. It really, because sometimes you are always running, always. And this also gives you some time to wait. Let me see. Let me evaluate my life. What I am not doing right to feel like this. It really, really put all your read the models, read everything that you know that you can about anxiety. Go to the group calls, because they are really, really helpful. The advice that you have from the mentors, the guidance, because many times, and I remember from my experience that it's wonderful the way that you put things, that if you want to do a post, you have to put your win, your question, and your solution. And that's amazing, because you start by always giving a positive, so that you get out of the hole and see that are always positive side on things, your question and your solution. And I remember that many times I go to the group calls and I had my solution, and the mentors said, okay, you know how to do it, you write the solution, so why are not you doing it? Or I just needed also some guidance, because okay, I have the solution, I know the solution rational, but sometimes it's difficult to do it yourself. And it was amazing to course correct me sometimes, to give him some guidance. It was really, really, it was amazing. And I'm still there. So I started 3 months ago, and I can be honest with you, if this ends today, and then I don't have any more group calls or any more one-to-one calls, there's no problem. The only thing that I will be missing, it's the people and the conversations, because I really feel that I can deal with everything by my own. The only thing that I will miss when this ends, it's to be with people and to help people also, because it's good for us when we are there and you see people that are still struggling or are on a different phase, and you see that you can give advice, that you went through it also, and that you know what they are dealing, and you can help, and that also builds your core confidence, makes you feel good, makes you feel a better person to be helping others. So I cannot thank you and the mentors and even the members on the mentorship enough for where I am today. Really, it is really I'm not going to say a life change, because it seems those quotes that we hear, but I've done so many things in the past: meditation, therapy, psychiatry, mindfulness. And in 2-3 months, I learned more than 4 years or 5 years of doing. I'm not going to call it only coping mechanisms, because I think some of those mechanisms are healthier in your life. If you like meditation, for example, I think it's a great tool, but I don't like meditation. I was doing meditation to fix my anxiety, not because I like it. And when I felt better, I automatically stopped meditating because it's just not for me. I prefer to go outside. I prefer to be with my friends instead of meditating. So, but really, if you are in the deep hole, and don't wait to feel motivated, or am I doing the right thing going to the mentorship? Because I can tell you that when I register in the mentorship, the next day I was regretting that I've made the registration on the mentorship, because the next day that I've done the subscription, I was okay. And I was thinking, ah, wow, fuck. Now I've already made the subscription and I don't need this. I'm okay. And the next day I was already a mess. So I get, okay, maybe I need this. Maybe I need this.
Yeah. I remember sending you a welcome video too. I think
Yeah,
within the first cut. Yeah, yeah, it was great.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it feels
When
like
I saw, oh, okay, he's real. He's real. Shaan is real.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It feels like it was yesterday. Me sending it.
Yeah,
Honestly, it didn't feel that long ago.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. And it is amazing. Even the mentors, because at the beginning I thought, oh, this is Shaan, but maybe the mentors, they are not so good as Shaan, because he really nail it. He really knows. But fuck, you have,
they're better. I know that.
yeah, yeah. I think that maybe they are better because they are doing this every day.
They're better every day.
It's not so distant in time, as you said, because as I told you, some symptoms I have to make an effort to explain them now, because I don't have it for so long, said that it's already in the past.
Yeah, yeah.
But really, put all your faith in the mentorship and you'll see. And don't compare with anyone. Do your own journey. Because for me, great, amazing, it was fast, but I remember that after 1 month, I was comparing with others.
Oh yeah, yeah,
just just after 1 month. But when you stop doing and you really do, this is me. It's my experience. It's my journey. And when you have those kind of thought, those kind of haha moments, you really see you progressing. Yeah.
that's awesome, man. That's great. You've done a great job, and you put in all the work. I always say it. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
it was
It's not
all of it.
easy. It's
Yeah,
not easy.
not easy. And you put it in, and you have the tools. And I mean, this was all
Yeah.
just make sure to celebrate a little bit because I
Yeah.
mean, you did put in all the work. Everything you're feeling right now is all from the it's all the fruits of your labor from what you did and so and nobody can take that away. I don't think anyone can take credit for that. Really, you did do the work, and so that's all the mentors and I could have asked for. And
Mm,
um
yeah.
is there anything?
And
Yeah, go ahead.
no, I think that's one of the main things that is. At first, I was, oh, and when this ends, I'm going. How am I going to deal with this alone, without the mentorship, without the mentors? And it started as a normal anxious person. It started to trigger me. Oh, but if this, I'm not going to do this. I'm not able to do this by myself. And today, yes, no problem.
Yeah,
The only thing I will miss is the conversations, and because all the mentors are amazing people and the members, so it's what I'm going to miss from this.
yeah,
It's being with the people and talking about it.
that's awesome, man. Yeah, yeah, I mean, like I said, we're always here for you. So now that you've like gone through it, you'll always have like you'll always have a connect with us. But you have it on your own too. That's the thing. And
Yeah,
so either way, you're really set up for success. um
I hope so. I hope so,
yeah,
and I feel. I feel. Let's see. I
yeah,
don't care. I don't care. To be honest, I don't care.
um, is there any final stuff you want to say before we wrap this up? Anything you've been wanting to share?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think I said, I think what I have to say, but as an anxious person in the past, maybe I remember tomorrow of, oh, I should have said that.
We'll do a part two. We'll do a part two. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. There's resources in the description box, and I will see you in the next video.
Thank you, Shaan. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.